everybody. It's 4 p.m. here in beautiful Dauin, Paradise, Philippines. So we're in Alex's car. He's driving. Justin is in the front. We got a scuba gear. You know what time it is. So it's also summertime now, and we had about 35 degrees Celsius today. Kind of mild. Yes.
Hello.
DNR?
Yeah.
Nice.
Hello.
Hello. We have a special guest with us today. We have some research team with us. Yep.
Watch out, huh? If it was damage in the reef. I'll be watching
Ah, that's what he's gonna be. He's gonna be watching us.
Investigate you.
I was gonna say we have extra eyes today to find stuff.
But they're just watching.
They're just
watching you. Make sure you don't eat the octopus.
No worries, no worries.
Awesome. I'm excited. Guys, it's Saturday Holy Week, so I know this video is gonna be posted a little bit later. But this is like the main area where the locals come and hang out. And that's actually the sanctuary. I'm not sure they're allowed to be on the jet ski there, but the cool part about this is like the world's most rarest creatures are right there in the ocean. And we're gonna be diving there. That's gonna be funny with all the people. Third time we're gonna do that one, but it's gonna be a little bit different because normally we go a bit deep. We're gonna go shallow, super shallow, and see if we can find blue ringed or mimic octopus today. Alright, I'm gonna be a little bit honest with you guys, and I must admit Borne's Corner is probably my least favorite dive site here in the Dauin. And the reason I say that is because it's such a boring looking one. It's just slopey, sandy, rocky, and most of the time there's a lot of current. So you spend a lot of the dive just working out, swimming, while you're trying to search for something cool. So I have this love-hate relationship with this dive site. At one point, I don't like the current, swimming a lot, being exhausted after each dive, and it's definitely not the prettiest one. And on the other hand, I love this site because we've been able to find some of the craziest underwater creatures so far. But the main reason we're going to Borne's Corner, it is because it's octopus season. So every year we have limited time to try to find them. So we're trying to maximize our time to find the blue ringed and the mimic one, which are the two left octopuses on my bucket list. And that's clearly evident in this shot. We got the Wonderpuss once again. One of my all-time favorite critters so far, and definitely one of the top octopuses I've seen. My favorite part about him is not so much his behaviors, but his appearance, especially when he morphs into black and white. Absolutely gorgeous. And if you're seeing Wonderpuss for the first time, and if you didn't know, people all over the world fly to Philippines, to Dauin, just to see this guy. There's even been made some TV episodes about him. And I couldn't help to think about the people above us having their fiestas, having a good time. While me and Justin, we don't really go out ever. We just like to dive and edit. So while they're having fun above, we're having our fun underwater, I guess, just right in front of them. And here's a pretty common shrimp. I see these guys everywhere. But then I stumble upon this crazy looking crab or snail. He seemed to be way too big for his shell, so perhaps he's gonna drop off the shell one day. We've also been noticing a lot more of cuttlefishes. They're pretty much everywhere. This is the first time they actually got spooked away from my light. Normally they're pretty chilled out, but this one, I guess he felt threatened. one of the rarest things we saw on this dive was this pygmy pipe horse. I believe this is my second time filming these guys, and it was a little bit different from my previous one because he has these feathery things on him. And we've been told this is one of the rarest here in Dauin. These two crabs are hanging on to their dear life on this soft coral, and they're called the porcelain crab. We see them all over the place, and you can tell they're porcelain crab because they're capturing nutrients drifting in the current. Further down in the current, we got two beautiful robust ghost pipefish, and before coming to Dauin, I had never seen these guys before. And now we've seen all kinds of them in different species, colors and shapes. And we've seen so many of them lately that we started to skip specific common ones like the brown, robust ghost pipefish. But when we see some unique shapes or different colors, we always stop. And that's why I have this love-hate relationship with this dive site. We always see something crazy. And these robust are very unique ones. And then we finish off the dive where we see a couple local Filipinos playing frisbees and probably having some Thai guys. Pretty good dive, very good. Alright, first dive is done and it's pitch black. It's 7:30 p.m. We're driving on the highway to the next dive site called Wild Reef. We're gonna gear up soon and we have a special guest with us on this dive. Talk about that later. Alright, made it to Wild Reef. Very local site here, but we're gonna do a dive here because one of our followers or subscribers of Justin kept messaging that he knows of a Harlequin shrimp here, but it's never guaranteed, and it's been a couple of months since they dove here, so we'll see. But we actually reached out to the person and called him, and now he's gonna, hey Carl, hey. And he's gonna try to show us if it's there. When is the last time you dove here?
Last week, probably.
Huh?
Last week.
Oh, last week?
Yeah.
You saw it?
Week, yeah.
You saw the Harlequin?
Yeah, all the time here.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, it's like normal here, so it's a good chance. Probably.
Oh, okay, but it's never ever guaranteed. We'll see. At least he knows the spot then.
Because every time I dive here, I always find Harlequin.
Nice. So it's a cool guy because we just like we've been searching and Justin, what you called him?
Yeah, he emailed me and I was sick of texting, so I just called him up. He's like, oh my god, I can't believe you're calling.
Well, we're gonna gear up and let's jump in there. Let's have an awesome night dive. And a special shout out to Carl for coming along with us because he was gonna be our extra guide tonight. And we're gonna try to find the Harlequin shrimp. This is apparently a very good dive site to find them, but I'm sorry to tell you we didn't find it on this dive. However, like usually, we found something crazy and something I've never seen before on this dive. Here we got Justin filming Gunard fish, I believe, and as you can see it's pitch black. It's probably around 8 p.m. when we're in the water. Cool looking boxfish. I think this is the cow one. And finally I'm able to film the popcorn shrimp. It's a bit tricky one to get them on camera because they're always hiding in these anemones. Very cool colors on these guys. Orange, white, bit of a tint of purple in there. And here we got a really funky looking crab, I believe. Perhaps it's the spider crab. Really cool find. I've seen these guys a few times before, but never in this color. And once you guys get into diving, you're probably gonna start doing some night dives and you'll see really crazy things at nighttime. For example, this giant sea slug. He looks like something out of a Star Trek sci-fi movie with the spiky ass from a dark planet. And he was absolutely enormous, so I put my watch down to give you some scale of the size of this thing. And next to this guy, we got even crazier sea slug, the biggest one I've ever seen. He might have been around 1 meter long, had this warty, orange, reddish, whitish dots on him. The colors and the size was not the coolest thing about it. It was the crab hitchhiking onto him. This is Lissocarcinus orbicularis, better known as the Harlequin crab. Like we said previously, we're looking for the Harlequin shrimp. Well, finding the Harlequin crab is one of the best finds so far. When we made the top 10 list, we didn't even consider putting the Harlequin crab on it. And as we were ascending, finishing off the dive, I couldn't help but to turn the camera back on because we saw this enormous turtle. I've never seen such a big turtle. It has to be over 100 years old, this guy. Giant. This thing, I have no idea what it is, but it looks like some kind of a worm, although every worm we've seen so far are way smaller than this one. But it caught my attention because it kind of looks like a character from SpongeBob. Look at those eyes. And here's an awesome looking lionfish. I love the reddish pattern on him. Haven't seen that before. I really like this shot because here we got the sea urchin, not the common black ones, but a much more vibrant one, and in between I noticed the shrimp. This is the emperor shrimp. I always wanted to film these guys, so I'm very happy about this shot. A bit difficult because he's in between the sea urchin, so yeah, you know, you don't want to get stung. And here's another shrimp, the Donald Duck one of my favorite. He's also in between a sea urchin, spikes, probably cleaning him up, eating off his parasites like usually. And here's Carl, our Filipino friend who joined us on this dive, and he's pointing at something. This enormous nudibranch is called or nicknamed the Spanish dancer. He is by far the biggest nudibranch I've ever seen in my life. The scientific name is actually Hexabranchus sanguineus. I hope I pronounced that right. He grows up to 60 centimeters long, and I could already tell he was probably around that same size. He normally just slithers around the bottom searching for food, but what sets him apart from other nudibranchs, if he is provoked, he can actually jump up and start swimming away. So it's one of the few, if not the only one that I know of a nudibranch that actually knows how to swim. So for the bucket shot of this guy, one day hopefully we can see him swim around. But we're not gonna provoke him, we just leave him alone. And that was the last critter for today. I absolutely love these night dives. We're gonna do a lot more of them in the future. Shout out to Carl for coming all the way from Dumaguete to dive with us. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.